Well, good evening, class. If you are seeing this, it probably means that I am having technical difficulties while I'm on the move. So here is my career presentation of a resource that I looked at that is accessible to our school and our students. So I hope you enjoy. The resource that I chose for this presentation is called Alaska Job Corps. Here's a nice aerial photo of the Job Corps campus. Alaska Job Corps Center is actually located in Palmer, Alaska, which for us to get there, our students to get there, it involves a flight into Anchorage and then about an hour drive north of Anchorage. So it can be a small trek, I guess. And I just wanted to mention also that Job Corps is a national program, and looking at a lot of the areas around all of you, I saw that there are facilities in Minot and also in St. Paul. Job Corps takes place year round. They do have winter and summer breaks, and the contact that I talked to said there were office hours from 8 to 4, and I imagine that there are also some other activities later into the evening. There are about 120 total various staff on site. 8 of those staff are counselors who are certified, and some of the students help out the staff. I'll get into that a little later. The population served are young men and women ages 16 through 24. Requirements for students are pretty simple. They need to fill out an application that includes a parental permission page where the parents have to sign off if applicants are under 18 years old. They need to have a clean criminal record. And when I asked Job Corps, what can my students do to give themselves an edge over the other applicants, she said they look at students that call and follow up on their applications and maybe even call a couple times just to check on the progress. And that sends a message to Job Corps that the student is really committed to this and kind of double filters their application system. Incredibly, Job Corps costs nothing to the student. Everything is provided for, including funding for their education, clothing, food, and travel, which is really a barrier to the students out here in Russian Mission. Many of them could not afford a program like this otherwise. Job Corps works in phases for each individual student. The first phase is the outreach admission phase, where a student finds out about Job Corps and applies. The next is the career preparation phase, where students can catch up on getting a GED or high school diploma or any other academic, personal, social skills, employability skills, life skills that they might need to survive on their own. Next is the career development period where they train in their respective vocations. And finally is the career transition period where they move on to hopefully find a job someday. Job Corps offers many services. As I just mentioned, students can get the academic training, independent living, employability, and social skills training that they might need. They can get that GED or high school diploma that they could need for a job someday. They also offer driver's ed, which it's obviously an advantage in some careers to have a driver's license. That's something we can't provide for students on site out here at Russian Mission. And if after they complete their vocational training, Job Corps will actually pay for their first year of college at the Matsu College locally there. And this is for students who are successful in their programs. As far as vocational training goes, Job Corps has a lot to offer. In the business and technology sector, they offer accounting clerks, office assistants, and computer repair programs. In the construction industry, they have electrical, facilities maintenance, heavy equipment, and carpentry. And in the health and community services industry, they offer programs for health occupations, that includes nursing, human services, water and wastewater operator training, and culinary arts. Some of the benefits available to clients at Job Corps are pretty incredible. They give pay and allowances based on how long a student has been there. They have some sort of system where they figure out what kind of stipend they'll give students. So students are actually paid money while they train, which is pretty cool. They have housing for 120 males, 96 females, and 24 family housing units. They have meals on site at a cafeteria. They have a clinic on campus that provides basic health care. They have some recreational opportunities, and they promote safety with a zero tolerance policy for violence, alcohol, and drugs. If you make a mistake, it sounded like you are done at Job Corps. And finally, they have a family development program. Here they have a child center where they have the capacity to take care of 30 children from ages of 6 weeks to 5 years, which really helps out some of those students with families. Once students graduate, Job Corps really works hard to follow up with the students to make sure they're successful beyond their training. They get up to $1,200 for a transition allowance to move if they need to. They get job placement assistance, including career counseling and relocation counseling services to help them through that transition. And once again, students get tuition locally at the local college if they want to advance their training. Job Corps is overseen by the San Francisco Regional Office of Job Corps. They are operated locally in Palmer by the Chugach Government Services Incorporated. The way it works is students work at their own paces, and when I asked what that looked like, they said many times students are in class for a week and then go out to do their respective experiences for another week, so they alternate those. Most students, they said, take about 1 year, with the exception of the wastewater management program, which takes about 2 years. And again, students get to practice these on campus, which I thought was kind of cool. So the example given to me was that someone training in culinary arts might manage or work in the local cafeteria. Now, you might be asking, how can Job Corps do this? How can they provide all these benefits and all this money for free to other students? And the reason they can is they are funded by the U.S. Department of Labor through Title 1C of the Workforce Investment Act of 1998. Finally, here's the contact and website information for Job Corps. I encourage you to check it out.